The knock came just after sunrise. When I opened the door, my younger brother Daniel stood there, suitcases in hand, wearing an expression that spoke of entitlement rather than need. Without asking, he pushed past me and said with certainty, "I'm staying here now." Minutes later, the phone rang. It was my mother, her tone clipped and rehearsed. "Your rent is increasing, double, starting today." I could hear Daniel's laughter in the background, and my father's amused chuckle bleeding through. Together, they thought they had trapped me, that I'd bow my head and accept humiliation just to keep the roof I already paid for. For most of my life, I believed family was safe ground, unshakable, a place where loyalty lived. But that morning taught me the cruelest truth: sometimes family can cut deeper than strangers. I was the one who kept the apartment alive, who made every payment on time, who fixed what broke, who worked late nights to afford the things that made it a home. Daniel, however, floated between failed jobs, shielded by endless excuses. "He just needs more time," my parents always said. I clung to that belief, but when he declared himself my new roommate, I finally saw the truth. He wasn't lost, he was opportunistic. And my parents weren't blind, they were helping him. Looking back, the signs had been clear. My mother's casual remarks, "Do you really need all that space to yourself?" My father's reminders that family supports each other. At first, I dismissed them. But their visits became more frequent, Daniel trailing behind, his eyes measuring what he might soon claim. The betrayal wasn't sudden. It crept in slowly, like a noose tightening. I didn't protest. I didn't argue. Instead, I said, "Fine, I'll go." Their relief was instant. They thought victory was theirs. What they didn't realize was that I was already preparing a quiet revenge. Each night after work, I packed silently, box by box, filling my car with my belongings. Not just the essentials, but the furniture, the appliances, the curtains, the rug, the shelves I had built with my own hands. Piece by piece, I stripped the place bare. When they finally came to take over, they stepped into an empty shell. No sofa. No bed. No lamps. No comfort. Only hollow walls and cold silence. Daniel's outraged voice cracked the air. "What did you do?" I stood in the doorway, keys dangling from my hand. Calmly, I replied, "I only took what was mine." My mother gasped. My father stammered. But they couldn't argue, the truth was obvious. Every single thing had been bought with my money. That doubled rent they demanded. Consider it repayment. I dropped the keys into my father's stunned hand and walked away. Behind me, chaos exploded, accusations, shouting, threats. But I felt nothing but relief. They tried to twist the story later. Calls, messages, claims that I was selfish, that I had betrayed them. I ignored them all. By then, I was already in a new place. Smaller, yes, but entirely mine. Furnished with everything I had taken, every item now a reminder not of loss but of freedom. A week later, Daniel appeared at my door, furious. "You ruined everything. You left us with nothing." For the first time, I truly looked at him, not as the golden son my parents defended, but as a man exposed. A man without the cushion I had always provided. "You didn't lose because of me," I told him quietly. "You lost because you depended on me." He had no reply. And for the first time, I felt no guilt. They believed they had cornered me, forced me to surrender. But what they really did was hand me the perfect chance to leave on my own terms. In the end, revenge wasn't loud. It wasn't anger or fire. It was subtraction. The removal of my effort, my investment, my presence. And once I was gone, all that remained was nothing.